I decided to bake some bread the other day for some of my friends. So I decided as long as I was doing that, I might as well record the process so people could see how I bake my bread. I've pretty much got it down to a routine. I do everything in this little corner of my kitchen. I thought that baking bread would be a lot like brewing beer, which I did successfully for many years, but I was wrong. They're very different. Brewing beer involves some very precise measurements, but baking bread is almost a black art. I found that you have to do a lot of things by feel. Simply following a recipe is not enough. It turns out that some of the things I thought were important are not so important at all, and some things I ignored proved to be very important. Here's some examples. I always proofed my dough in the oven with a pan of boiling water to create a warm, moist environment. And I learned that shaping the bread is important if you want it to rise properly. I always ignored that. I also learned that kneading the dough on a wooden board as opposed to on the countertop made life a lot easier. And the last thing I learned is that I always clean up as I go along. So even though I make a mess, at the end I don't have a messy kitchen to deal with. Challah is a braided bread. So what that means is once you've had the initial rise of your dough, you need to take it out, punch it down, knead it some more, split it up into braids so that you can braid it together. I never was very good at braiding, but I'm getting better at it. Once you get it all braided, you have to make sure that the loaf looks of the right dimensions and then transfer it onto a baking pan. And then, of course, when you're all done, you have to clean up. The last step in making challah is to give it an egg wash so you get that nice brown finish on the bread. And then pop it in the oven and let it cook. Well, here's the final product. It rose nicely. It's bigger than I expected it to be, but it looks good, and I can't wait to try it. It's got a nice crust on it, and it seems to be very moist, so we'll see how it comes out.